I want to show you how to create this edit link to the right of our headers like operation and range. So let's get started. The way that that's done is you just type that it's text, but it physically needs to be before the word operation, and the reason is because we're going to float it to the right. So let me show you how that works. Here is operation, and I'm just going to type edit, and I'm going to highlight edit, and I'm going into the code because I want to wrap a span with a class around it. And the class that I'm about to create is, I'm going to call it edit. It looks like that. Okay, so nothing's really changed here yet. The next thing that I'm going to do is go into the code, and I have an edit class to create. So in the cascading style sheet, type in my edit class, and what I want is to float to the right. I also want the font size to be a little bit smaller than it is now. So I think I'm going to go with an 11 pixel. We'll try that. And let's see how it looks. Okay, so there's my little edit guy. And I need to move him down a little bit. And that's tricky. And sometimes you just have to play to figure it out. But here's what I'll do. I'm going to change this position to relative. Okay, and let me explain what that does. It takes the element out of the natural flow. In other words, it will allow us to position it relative to where it is now naturally. Okay, you've noticed that, the elements that you put within a page will appear wherever they appear. Well, that's dictated by a style sheet that the browser uses behind the scenes. You don't know that yet. I'm just telling you that for the first time, but the way a header looks in a browser is dictated by a style sheet that the browser is displaying. And you don't see it as an end user. But that's what's happening, and there's just this natural flow of where things go. Well, we're going to take our little edit guy out of the natural flow by doing a position relative. And then we can say from the top we want to go down 10 pixels. We'll see how that looks. That's not bad. I feel like I'm forgetting something here. I'm going to take that out and look at it again. Yeah, see, there's something that I was doing in the code there. Oh, I put a different type of comment, the wrong type, and it was preventing my CSS from working right. See how this has moved down a little bit? I'm going to move my edit guy down just a little bit more, maybe 13 pixels, and see how he looks. See, so he's positioned at the top, and we position now him relative to where he should be, 13 pixels down from the top. And that's a little bit too much. I'm going to go back and say, okay, 11. And he looks like he's pretty much lined up with the bottom of operation. So you can tweak that and get it to work better for yourself. Now remember, you may have to do a separate class for the H3s. This worked well on the H2. Not sure how well it's going to work on the H3, but let's try it. I'm just going to type my little edit guy in here. And then look at what I can do. Select it and go drop down to the Property Inspector's class field and choose Edit. And it's not terrible, but look, it drops too far down, right? And that's because an H2 is larger than an H3. So I would come in here into the code and maybe copy all of this and create me one more class, edit2, whatever you want to call it. And then from the top, maybe only drop down 8 pixels this time. And here's my range edit guy. I'm going to click him and go into the code and change this class to edit2 and see how that works. That's a little bit better. So you can keep tweaking your edits until you get what you want. Good luck with those.